Hey guys, it's Tia, welcome to the video. Today I wanted to make a video for anyone considering selling on Etsy to let you know the common issues people run into, some tips, advice, and also warnings about pitfalls you can have. This video isn't meant to dissuade anyone from selling on Etsy, rather to give you a realistic expectation of some of the difficulties you might encounter. Now I've just realized after making the slides that I've literally tried to squeeze everything I know about Etsy into 10 points, so it might be a bit dense. Feel free to take notes if you want. I'd suggest you watch all the topics, but in case you're short on time, I do have timestamps in the description to topics that might interest you. So yeah, let's go. Now, the first thing I want everyone to know is that you can actually get free listings really easily. You can sell on Etsy for completely free and you don't need to pay 20 cents a listing. If you open a shop using my link in the description, you get 40 free listings. All you need to do to get more listings for one shop is to invite other people. So that's 40 listings per person you invite. They just have to join. They don't even have to upload any listings themselves. You get 40, they get 40. That's how it works. Definitely wish I knew this before selling, because I spent around $50 on listings. I know it's not much, but you know, penny saved, penny earned. I would definitely have spent more, but now I can list for completely free. Now, secondly, when you upload listings, every new listing gets a boost in the algorithm, which means it ranks higher than it normally would for its keywords, which helps increase exposure to other listings in your shop as well. So increasing the amount of listings in your shop on a regular basis helps increase traffic in general, not only because you occupy more of the market, but also you're getting that boost from the algorithm. Make sure to vary your keywords. Don't use the same exact titles and tags on listings, because that way you're essentially competing with yourself and you want to increase the variety of keywords that you're covering anyway. Number 3, the look of your shop does matter, okay? So Etsy is a very community-focused e-commerce platform in general, definitely more than other platforms. Think about marketplaces like Amazon, for example. Most of the time, nobody really cares who's selling the product or the shop. The product and the advertising is what sells, right? But things are a little bit different around here. Bear in mind, 70% of sellers and customers on Etsy are women, so make of that what you will. But in general, having a branded shop will just help, because customers are used to seeing branded shops. It increases trust, and sometimes customers are actually interested in seller stories. Doesn't mean you can't get away with having a variety store. That's what I essentially had at the beginning. I've sort of branded it a little bit more now, but it definitely helps to find your niche so your shop is actually known for something. Make the photos look nice. As you can see, all the photos are, they have a theme, they're pretty coherent, they fit in with the look of the shop. If there's something special about your product, for example, if it comes with a freebie or a discount, you can actually edit that onto the listing image yourself. You're allowed to do this, unlike on Amazon where the background must be white. So do take advantage of this to promote your listings. Number 4 is SEO tip. I have a whole video about SEO, but I'm going to condense it here. All you need to know is you get traffic not only from the Etsy marketplace, but also Google. As you can see here, there's an Etsy listing. They show up on Google Images, so the SEO is very important for a variety of search engines. But the majority of your traffic should be coming from the marketplace, or if you're doing any sort of promotion. And to get the maximum chance of exposure on Etsy, I use a tool called Sales Samurai to find low competition, high demand keywords. I have a whole video about how I use this tool to find keywords that sell. You can sign up for a 3-day free trial and use my code, link in the description, for a discount if you decide to keep using it. I would definitely recommend it. It's increased my sales by quite a bit. Now, the title is the most important part of the listing. It's the most heavily weighted part of the SEO. I have a link to an article going through my title template. This is it right here, and tags are important as well, so make sure you use all 13 of them. The description is the least heavily weighted, so don't worry about it too much. Just make sure you include a lot of information to set the customer's expectations, such as things like how the product is going to be delivered, expected delivery time, because people literally don't read, so you need to put this kind of stuff in there explicitly. Number 5 is, should you promote? I see a lot of articles and YouTube videos especially saying that, you know, Pinterest is a really good place for promotion. I think it does help, especially on Pinterest, where you can get that snowball effect going. Other people suggest Instagram. I personally don't think Instagram is a very good traffic source. Now, promotion helps get traffic to your listing, obviously, but you don't need to promote in order to make sales. In fact, I haven't done any promotion and I'm still making daily sales on Etsy. Now, when you decide whether to promote or not, you want to take into account a few things. Not only is it time costly to make and post the social media posts, Etsy does actually factor in your conversion rate into your rankings, and this could affect your sales in the marketplace. And I'm not just making this up, they actually say it here in their policies. Now, I don't know how much exactly your conversion rate affects your rankings, probably a very small amount, but the problem with promotion, if you're not getting sales from that traffic you drive, is that it decreases your conversion rate. Anyway, I personally think having a lot of listings and good SEO is more important than social media promotion, unless you have a very loyal, established following already. And number 6 is accounting and bookkeeping. Make sure you understand what fees are involved, because more likely than not, they will be more than you're expecting, factoring in the costs of you buying those raw materials, and this could lead to a loss when you make sales. And I don't think you need me to tell you, try to avoid losing money by running a business, because it's a waste of time and effort. So I have a video breaking down all the costs involved in selling on Etsy. I've also made a free calculator on Excel you can download. Sales Samurai also comes with a calculator, and it's pretty essential to understand your finances, especially when there's fees involved. If you record everything, like how much profit you make on each sale, it makes it a lot easier to do taxes. Now, if you're selling physical products, your profit will most likely be a pretty small fraction, maybe 20 to 30%. That would be pretty good, to be honest, of your actual revenue. Now, if you're selling digital products, that number is going to be a lot higher. And speaking of digital products, these are great to sell because of the increased profit margin. As I mentioned, you'll always make a profit on digital products because it's just upfront work. Now, if you do want to sell digital products, there are a few best practices I would suggest you follow. Etsy has 5 upload slots for digital files, each 20 megabytes or less. You should aim to include everything in one zip folder, like I've done here, for ease of download, unless you want to put in a small thank you leaflet or a quick access document so that you can have those things separate, but aim to bundle everything else up. Now, if the file exceeds 20 megabytes, you can upload everything onto a Dropbox folder and then upload a text document with a link to the folder in one of your upload slots. The customer can then download that Word document or whatever and then get linked to your Dropbox folder. If you need to go this route, make sure they actually have to download something. Don't just put the link in the receipt or the seller thank you message, for example, because Etsy then thinks that you haven't delivered anything and the customer might miss it too. You should also include detailed instructions on how to download the product in the description. I usually start off by saying, you will get an email, open the email and you'll get a download link, then instructions on how to extract zip files. You might be surprised at how unfamiliar some customers are with technology, because Etsy is sort of known for selling handmade items, so it might be the customer's first time buying a digital product, for example, so just something to be aware of. Number 8 is if you want to sell by dropshipping or print on demand. I definitely have a few bits of advice, but I'll keep it short for this video. So firstly, you can actually automate the process by connecting a production partner. For example, I use Printful and Printify. Now, Printful fulfills orders automatically, so I don't have to do anything, and on Printify, all you need to do to fulfill an order is to go there and press a button and it sends it out to the customer. I have a tutorial on how to connect Printful to Etsy where I also talk about the whole customer experience from Printful, so if you want to learn how to sell on autopilot, then that is the video for you. If you want to dropship other items such as customized jewelry and pet accessories, CJ Dropshipping is a production partner which allows you to connect to Etsy. They're pretty well known in the Shopify dropshipping scene. They're kind of like AliExpress. They host different manufacturers and suppliers, and they mostly have better shipping times than AliExpress as well, but obviously you need to check individual suppliers. Now, the thing you need to be aware of with Etsy is that you need to customize the product, which means you need to have your own design on the product, okay? Not just a logo, but an actual design. Print on demand is allowed because that has your own design, so is custom jewelry, and you need to make sure you don't upload images which are already on the internet. You need to take your own image of the product. Mock-ups are okay, but other than that, it needs to be your own image. Etsy is very good at detecting if your listing images are scraped off the internet, so you can't just straight up resell products unless they're vintage, although there's sort of a grey area, because you will risk being suspended. Now, point number 9 is about suspension. I've had 3 shops suspended and I've got all 3 back. So the reason each time was because I added a production partner, which is something you're supposed to do. It's in their house rules, okay? So this is a bug in Etsy's system. It shouldn't be happening, but it does, so you need to email them if this happens. Now, there are other reasons for getting suspended. If you want to know more, you can watch my video linked up there. Obviously, make sure to read the rules, the house rules, don't violate the terms of service, but the bottom line is if you get suspended, get in contact because it could be an error, and it often is, such as in my case, got 3 accounts suspended. Now, talking about errors, Etsy is a pretty experimental platform, and that means it likes to tweak little things in the algorithm, sometimes just to test things out. This isn't something they say on their website, but it's pretty well known in the community, and it's just something that every e-commerce marketplace does, but this seems to result in a lot more errors when it comes to Etsy for some reason. I've done a video on the glitches and the errors you might encounter when first selling on Etsy. You might want to watch that after this video so they don't throw you off too much if you're a first-time seller. Now, number 10 is trademark and copyright. Make sure to check the trademark and licensing for any images you use or any keywords that you use, otherwise your listing could get taken down. If you do happen to get a warning from Etsy, make sure to remove everything in your shop using the keyword from the listing which got you the warning. Some tools you can use are Trademarkier to check your title and all your tags for trademark. Copyright is a bit more complicated. You can definitely check with Google, but in essence, if you don't copy someone's design pixel for pixel, you should be all right. Now, number 11, bonus tip for making it to the end of the video, selling services and custom products. You can use Etsy to sell sell a very wide range of things, but it's very difficult to know what you're actually allowed to sell because the line is so blurred in some instances. Here's their policy on selling services. People usually think of Etsy as a place to buy handmade products, but as I touched on before, you can sell digital products, print on demand. The thing here is the service needs to produce a new tangible product, whether it's physical or digital. For example, you're not allowed to sell rentals, but you are allowed to sell, graphic design services or video editing services. So in this way, you're sort of using Etsy like Fiverr, and people do pay a lot for custom products. Plenty of opportunity to upsell here. Compared to Fiverr, there's a lot less competition on Etsy for these things. But as I said, make sure you read the terms of use. Feel free to experiment to find your niche as long as you sort of stay within the rules. Give this video a like if you found it helpful. Subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my videos. TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter down in the description, as well as more helpful free content on my website, ttxbiz.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.